Who has the best swing tempo ever? I asked my Instagram following of over 400,000 people who they thought has the best swing tempo of all time. We received hundreds of responses, and in this video, we're going to be going over the top 5 swing tempos of all time with plenty of great videos from each of the swings. Before we get into the top 5, let's talk about some honorable mentions. We got a lot of responses for Rory McIlroy, Louis Oosthuizen, and Adam Scott. All very good swings, but they didn't get nearly as many responses as these 5, especially the top 2, who were unanimously head and shoulders above everybody else. So let's get into the 5th best swing tempo of all time. The beautiful balanced swing of Collin Morikawa. Morikawa is a young guy, still has multiple majors, has been in the top 10 of the world golf rankings for so long. Such a great golf swing. Of all of the golf swings on this list, I believe his tempo would likely clock in at the slowest, but I love his balance. I love the way that he plays the game. Morikawa is probably a top 3 iron ball striker. The guy absolutely flushes his irons. The swing tempo is a thing of beauty. Personally, he's probably one of my favorites, so it's great to see him crack the top 5. Number 4 is the Big Easy himself, Ernie Els, major champion, spent time at world number 1. He seemed to be one of the few guys who, throughout Tiger Woods' career, could really go neck and neck with him. Ernie Els is a great champion of the game, a great ambassador of the game. His large frame really allows him to be so smooth through the ball because Els is actually very slow and smooth through impact. A lot of these golf swings have a very smooth takeaway, and then they'll get a little bit faster through impact, especially Collin Morikawa. But for Ernie Els, it seems like through impact, it's almost the slowest point of his golf swing. It's just so buttery smooth with Ernie Els. Number 3 is another active player currently on the PGA Tour, Max Homa. Homa's tempo has certainly changed throughout the progression of his professional career, and obviously I would think that change has been for the better. Homa now has a few big time wins on the PGA Tour, and he has a nice deliberate takeaway, and similar to Collin Morikawa, that takeaway is pretty deliberate, but he has a pretty explosive move through the ball. I like how vertical he gets. He can really get that club pretty high up there in that takeaway move. His move through transition is great. I think that we're going to see Homa win plenty more times in the PGA Tour, and I'm very curious to see if Homa can kind of start to whittle away and put together some really solid performances in major championships, and I'd obviously love to see him in the winner's circle at a major championship. Coming in at number 2 is Nelly Korda. Now, when I think of a smooth, fluid golf swing in the professional golf scene right now, my mind immediately goes to Nelly Korda, and I know that a lot of golf fans would be in agreement with that sentiment, and they have been for the past few years. Korda has seen great success on the LPGA Tour, has gone up to world number 1, major champion, and I get the feeling that her best days are still in front of her. I think part of the beauty of having such a smooth, silky golf swing like Nelly does and all the other people on this list is that so many of these golf swings are timeless. You think about a guy like Ernie Els, Bernard Langer, who have been around a while. They continue to play such good golf because they're not getting too jerky, they're not hurting themselves, having a fairly injury-filled career. They can really have some longevity, and I hope that that's the case for Nelly Korda and her absolutely perfect golf swing and the great swing rhythm. Nelly Korda got so many responses from the audience in this poll. However, there was one individual who narrowly beat her out for the top spot on this list. And if Nelly Korda is number 2, you probably may have already guessed who is number 1. It is none other than Fred Couples. Fred Couples is an American fan favorite in professional golf. Obviously, after the Masters win, we love seeing him back at Augusta every year. He just has an absolutely effortless golf swing. Like Ernie Els, he's able to utilize his frame and not only take the club away at a really nice, deliberate pace, but also through the ball. It looks like he's not even trying to hit the golf ball. It looks like the golf ball is just kind of getting in his way, and it happens to be a pure shot every time he swings at the golf ball. Couples is a great ambassador of the game, had a great career on the PGA Tour, and is obviously playing some pretty solid golf on the Tour of Champions. So great to see Couples on the top of this list. He was overwhelmingly, him and Nelly were the number 1 and 2, but at the end of the day, more people voted Freddie C than Nelly. So that's the list of the top 5 best swing tempos, swing rhythms in professional golf history, as voted on by my Instagram following. Please, I'd really like to know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. If you replied on the Instagram, I appreciate your insight, but leave me a comment of your top 5 in order 1 through 5. I'll be reading and replying to all comments on this video. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Play well and take care.